Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to be looking at a game between two pro players, even though the names are not going to suggest it. But in the corner, as playing as the Jin Dynasty, we have Corvinus himself. Chinese nickname is just to confuse everybody playing against him on the ladder. And on the other side of the map, in the color of yellow, we have the man, the myth, the legend, the guy himself, Beastie Cutie, the one who wins a shit ton of tournaments and at the same time does very well on ladder. It is what it is. For some reason they changed the nicknames. Well, it's at this point it's normal for the pro players to do. But let's talk a little bit about the matchup. We have Jin against Sengoku. So Jin, civilization that usually wants to play for double TC because their economy is beautiful on another hand, and they have a lot of bonuses for it. On the other hand, we have Sengoku. Sengoku with early Matsuri play and then going straight into the Yatai in order to get their food generation up. Remember that Yatai can get up to 60 food a minute if they have enough berries, deer or boars around them. So definitely a very nice food source for the early game, and especially when you are transitioning to the feudal age, you don't really need to have any villagers on food to keep up the villager production. On the other hand, we have Jin with completely different eco bonus, but at the same time very good one. Mounted villagers. Remember that these small guys are basically 2.2 villagers in one, so they are very good. At the same time, their training time in a TC is 35 seconds, so they are worth more than 2 villagers. Their training time is less than 2 villagers. It's kinda a no-brainer to make these guys accept the normal villagers. So of course they have a cap, and only 20 of them can be produced. The number can go up a little bit with the specific landmarks, but generally it's gonna be sitting around 20. On the other hand, Beastie is going to be playing for double Matsuri early on. First one is already on the deer, and this one is going to be generating us 60 food a minute. The second one is sitting under the TC, it looks like. Yes, exactly. Second one sitting under the TC right next to the sheep, and at the same time getting berries as well. He resorted to mining a lot of gold and then buying wood for the Matsuri itself, not going for any wood gathering. So this is something that we see on the pro play and something that's very normal at this point. Koka Township is going to be played. Normally I don't really like to see it because Shinobi got very heavily nerfed. But you are going to be getting a lot of information on your opponent. Remember, Koka Township has the ability to reveal your opponent's base or reveal any part of the map. So very nice for any type of the scouting. At the same time, Forge is being played, and this looks like double TC to me, definitely. 6 villagers on stone. Looks like Beastie is going to be trying to go for double TC. In the meantime, Corvinus is going to be aging up with great pasture, a little bit quicker than Beastie, thanks to him not having to invest into early Yatai or any other sort of heavy eco bonuses than Sengoku have. Like, remember, they need to make Matsuri, they need to make Yatai, they need to either mine gold and then buy food for it, or mine wood. So it takes a little bit for them to get going, and usually they have a tiny bit of a slower age up, and that's the reason why they lack in very early feudal age, but then can pick on. And Corvinus is gonna go for some iron pagodas over here, which is interesting unit. Remember, iron pagodas have area of effect damage with their attack, so they are like a whole 9 lanes connect, but at the same time they are not. Like they are good, but they are not good. And you may ask why, and it's relatively simple. Usually you are playing knights to get early advantage, to take fights 1-on-1, to take fights 1-on-2, and it's just a super strong unit in low numbers. It's super strong in very big numbers, but in numbers that are kinda somewhere in between, it can struggle, especially against the Spearman mass. Well, depending on what Beastie is gonna go for. At the same time, Beastie can go for his Yari cavalry. Remember, they have bonus damage against any type of the cavalry unit as well, so they can effectively deal with these iron pagodas. The problem is that they are relatively costly, and Beastie will definitely not be able to afford it because double TC is now being played, so most likely this is going to be some type of the spearman play, but we will see. At the same time, we are going for some Tavara upgrades, so this looks like Beastie is just straight up going for the eco bonuses. Maybe he was thinking that Corvinus will go for his double TC. It's very hard to stop Jin double town center, so there is a chance he was thinking that, okay, maybe it would be nice to get our own 2 TC, like a small wall up on the side, secure our base, boom as well, he's gonna boom as well, and we are basically same on it in the castlage, and then I can start playing the game. But for now, it looks like that Corvinus is just gonna be trying to raid as much as it is possible, and first the Yatai is gonna go down. They are relatively costly. It's around 120 resources or 125. Should be 125 wood. Yeah, it is 125 wood, so this costs definitely something, but I think it already paid off. Yatai should have gathered more than 125 resources worth of food by this point, or this one. The one thing that is kinda for Beastie is that it didn't drop off the trader. Remember that the Yatai are eventually gonna be dropping off the trader, is gonna be coming to the Matsuri, and then giving Matsuri bigger bonus for the villagers around it. It can go up to 30% in the late castlage, or 30% is the cap usually hit by late castlage, so gonna be delayed a little bit. This is a significant eco damage by Corvinus, and he's doing relatively well. At the same time, first upgrade for the hunting was already researched. Second one is not researched yet, but I would think that that Corvinus definitely can go for it. We have Boar on a side that still can be played for. At the same time, if he starts pushing Beastie or decides to go for some type of a very big aggression, maybe he can put mounted villagers on this deer peg on the side as well. Beastie will not be able to contest it, but that's way far ahead, and that's under big conditions. This is the trader, food Yatai trader, gonna be delivering 50 food to the Matsuri, and at the same time Matsuri is gonna be giving bigger bonus to all villagers around it. That's the main part, the bonus for the villagers around it. So right now, if you are gonna look at the Yatai, aura that increases villagers get rate gone to 5%. It's gonna go up and up and up until it reaches 30. All of these vills are just now gonna be better vills. So beautiful, beautiful. But it could have been 10% if Corvinus would not have killed that Yatai in the corner of the map. But looks like that Corvinus scouted another Yatai on the boar and gonna be slowly but surely pressuring it and killing it. In the meantime, we are trying to do a small raid on gold. Lovely to see, but Beastie already having one tower up, second tower is gonna go up, we are diving it, this is a lot of idle time, even if we don't manage to kill any villagers, so we are definitely getting some value out of it. Remember that if you are gonna be looking at the pro play, idle time itself is a huge amount of damage. Beastie leading in the villagers 39 to 18, but not really, like, yeah, sure, he is leading in the vills, but it's not that big of a deal. Remember that the Corvinus has mounted villagers. Beastie is sitting on double TC, but only the normal vills for now, or for now till the rest of the game. Maybe he's gonna get or maybe he should get 30% bonus on Matsuri, and that's gonna be everything he will have in terms of the eco bonuses. And few Yatai gathering out on the field. 2 villagers on wood for Corvinus. Doesn't look like some huge amounts of pressure. Nothing under the TC. We are opting to take the airpex out on the map. We are opting to take all the resources that map is giving us, and at the same time we are putting 10 villagers on gold. This is huge numbers. It looks like Corvinus either wants to go for some type of the feudal age play, or he or some type of the castle age play, or he mismicroed a little bit. mismacroed a little bit, but it's fine for now. We have a huge amount of iron pagodas that we were able to pop from Grand Pasture thanks to the ability, but right now we are taking the engagement. Right under the beefsteak is this town center, and this is TC fire plus double tower fire. At the same time, we are going to be garrisoning the second town center. Sure, we killed all of the spearmen, and we are doing a huge amount of idle damage, and this is beautiful. We haven't killed a single villager yet, but at least we are doing damage in terms of idle time. Remember, idle time is still damage on the pro play, and it's huge, absolutely huge. First two villagers are going to be going down, but all of the iron pagodas are going to go down with it. So all that we did with this push was to kill two villagers. That's it. We killed two. We killed two villagers, and all the iron pagodas died. A little bit interesting. Well, we will see. We will see how Corvinus tries to translate this. But remember, the idle time was huge. It's huge. So if Corvinus will now want to play for the castle age, which it looks like he wants to, villagers are moving out on the map, and we will be dropping our defensive landmark offensively. The question is where. I think that the position on the secret side over here in the middle is relatively good. Maybe on the deer pack to secure the deer pack at the same time. No, we are doing it right in front of the beastie's base. Okay. Fortunately, beastie has 11 spearmen, so if he's just gonna pull spearmen, he maybe can try to idle this and do way more damage, but some Mohe tribesmen are already coming, so I don't think we have time for that. At the same time, mounted villagers are going to be getting this the Dragon Pavilion up extremely quickly. Remember that they have bonus for the build speed as well, so this is effectively like 15-16 villagers building this landmark. This is going to go up nearly instantly. On the other hand, Beastie is mass on gold at the same time, and he's starting to be in a little bit of the trouble, because sure, maybe we have some sheep still left under the TC, but for how long? This doesn't look like it can sustain that much longer. At the same time, Corvinus is trying to dive a little bit of the gold and trying to do some type of the damage. Beastie Kitty didn't garrison anything, he is just sending his spearmen and gonna be fine. Corvinus microing, this should be one villager dead from Beastie, and yes, good job. Corvinus killed one villager, building a Hojo Daimyo. So we are getting Daimyo for our infantry. Remember, if we get 3 of them up, we get bonus ranged armor. It's gonna be +2 ranged armor on all of our infantry units. Absolutely huge. At the same time, we are killing another Yatai. Yet again, Corvin is doing an amazing job trying to stall Beastie up to the castle age, but Beastie clicked up either way. 14 villagers, he wants to get up as quickly as it is possible. He knows that he is on the clock. At the same time, what is Corvinus doing over here? We are mining stone, or probably for some emplacements on towers. Remember that if we can get the defenders emplacements on towers and defenders emplacements on keeps and everything in that sense, they are nearly unraidable, or it's very hard to do. First man-at-arms are going to be starting to dive the Beastie's base, and Beastie doesn't really have an answer at this point. It's only 13 spearmen out on the field, and this is all of his food income. As I said, sheep ran out, and right now all of his food income is just few Yatai out on the field that the Corvinus is killing, and few farms that are idled at this point. Corvinus is diving the double TC from Beastie. A lot of villagers are being idled, and these units are not really falling that quickly. At the same time, we don't really have an answer to this MA. Like, look at this. Behind all of this, Beastie is realizing that he is in trouble, and he is switching into the archer ranges, going straight into the Ashigaru. Remember, they have a bonus damage against heavy, so they are going to be doing an amazing job. But this is huge. We are taking fight under the double down center, killing yet more villagers. 9 villager kills to this point are in the corner for the Corvinus. At the same time, we are building the tower very in front. One outpost, imagine sprinkled emplacements or the defenders in placements over here. Gonna be huge. We are raiding with men-at-arms yet again, doing an amazing job. All of the villagers inside of the town centers are idle, but Beastie's eco is not doing anything. Look at this. These 30 villagers were idle for all of this time, just moving to the gold, moving moving from the wood line. Garrison inside of the TC is very hard for him to do. At the same time, 10 villager kills should be at least 11 or 12. Should be 12 villager kills. Yeah, nicely done. 12 villager kills in total into the corner for the Corvinus. And we are getting yet more idle time. It looks like the tower is not gonna go up, and the mounted villager is gonna be surviving thanks to its movement speed. Very nice job. Corvinus is doing very nice job. We are microing well. We are taking control of the game. Right now, we can do more man-at-arms. If we are gonna keep piling man-at-arms into the Ashigaru, we are gonna come. It's gonna be in trouble for us. Remember, the Ashigaru are countering it, and they are very good at it. At the same time, Beastie is raiding with 2 spearmen the Tribunate Estate. Remember that Tribunate Estate is basically generating food till the rest of the game completely free for the Corvinus. So that's yet another food source other than him stealing another deer pack from the Beastie, or another first deer pack from the Beastie. Second one, like I would argue that he can take even this one. Beastie doesn't have an army or anything to answer it, and even if he tries, his army is super slow. It's just infantry composition. So when he's out of the position, Corvinus can just try to dive his base and do some type of the damage. First emplacement is already up, and we have fortified outposts. We are researching a bad crossbow emplacement. Okay, lovely to see. That means that this gold mine cannot be mined from, and the only gold mine that Beastie has currently is this big one. What Corvinus needs to know is to scout it and then try to raid it. That's basically Beastie's lifeline. If this gold mine is gonna go down, Beastie is in big trouble. Remember, he is probably abusing the market a little bit. We can check to the prices. Yeah, he is abusing market to buy food. That's everything he can do. 9 villagers on food. That's just enough to sustain double TC production. That's not enough to make any units. You need 4 villagers per 1 town center to keep up villager production. At the same time, he wants to keep up Ashigaru production. Not that he wants to. He needs to keep up the Ashigaru production. The moment Ashigaru production is gonna slow down is the moment when Corvinus can try to focus on pushing in and doing something. At the same time, we are gonna be establishing another Tribunate Estate. Lovely to see. This is also lovely to see. We got a little bit of a bribe over here. Bribed Beastie's both spearmen. Another spearman is raiding berry bush from Corvinus, but not that big of a deal. Like, Beastie being able to mine from this gold vein is saving him 100%. If Corvinus would just come with like few knights, few iron pagodas, or few men-at-arms and push Beastie off from this, it would be absolutely huge. This is basically Beastie's food supply. Like, his food supply is literally this gold vein, and he is abusing market for it, while he is actually switching into the farms, which takes a lot. First trap is out on the field. Second coming right now. Tower is gonna be going down, and Corvinus doing the same behind all of this. First trap going up as well, but remember, this is traction traps, so they are not as good as traps from the Sengoku Dynasty, from the Sengoku Daimyo. Sengoku has a normal traps, can't wait traps. On the other hand, Jin gets the Mongol traps, which costs a tiny bit less, but at the same time are tiny bit worse, or I would say way worse. They do way less damage, but it is what it is. We are gonna have work with what we got. We are gonna be taking Boar over here with some mounted villagers, and moving Moab tribesmen completely back, probably to kill few spears, but I don't like usage of this army. We have a very nice army, very mobile army, and we are coming back to the base with it to kill like 1 or 2 spearmen. We really need to be raiding Beastie by any means necessary. Like, Corvinus still has not found out about this gold vein, which is huge. If this gold vein is not gonna get discovered, I don't think that that Corvinus will have a much success in this game. He needed to starve Beastie out of the resources, and he is not succeeding with it. Second barracks are gonna go down, so Beastie needs to rebuild the production while going for the farm transition. That's not that good for him, right? Remember that you want to use every single bit of wood that you have to make farms in order to pump out units. But the Dragon Pavilion is gonna go down, is gonna be dying to the traps that Beastie has already 3 traps out in the field, and not a lot that the Corvinus has to counter it. This is is just pure meta-arm composition with few more tribesmen. But look at this raid right over here. It looks like that Corvinus had found what Beastie is doing on this gold vein, and first villager is gonna go down. Looks like the second one 100% as well. Third one most likely at the same time. Should be 4 or 5 villagers dead, but okay, finally we are microing it. We should kill even more villagers over here. Beastie is moving with the army and gonna move in time. Corvinus is gonna be happy with few villager kills. 20 villager kills since the start of the game are going into the corner of the Corvinus. Lovely to see. And even though the villager numbers are 40 against 76 or 38 against 77, it's not that big of the deal, because remember, 20 out of those 38 villagers that Corvinus has are mounted villagers, which are significantly better. Remember, one mounted villager is 2.2 of the normal villager. And we are playing for bad crossbows against mass Ashigaru play. Well, that's definitely a choice. Like mass Ashigaru can take out bad crossbows relatively easily. Bad crossbows having more range will mean that they can be microed away, but still not ideal. We are playing bad crossbows unit that is designed to counter spearmen, to counter men-at-arms, to counter any type of the infantry. Is not really that good against any type of the ranged infantry. That would be Nest and Beast. But we are going to be taking the fight, and the front line of Beastie is non-existent. Bribe is going to be coming in, so Beastie needs to be pushed back with all of his Ashigaru. One Ashigaru is going to be getting bribed and instantly killed by his own comrades. And the bad crossbows are still standing, even though I was thinking they are going to be getting pushed away. Behind all of this, we have a lot of Moab tribesmen that are going to be cleaning everything up. They need to be target firing Ashigaru. Ashigaru are getting heavily pushed, and right now Corvinus cannot overextend, because we are going to be diving double TC plus double tower at the same time with the aerial splits. If we will stand over here, we are going to be losing all of our units probably for nothing. Ashigaru numbers are not really dying. Beastie is microing nearly perfectly, and sure, they are on very low HP, but at the same time, all of the bad crossbows are basically already dead. TC killed them with a tower, so a little bit of the target fire killed nearly everything. We are killing more and more villagers, remember, that's lovely to see, but not very significant numbers. It's just a few villas going down here and there. Beastie sitting on the double TC means that he can afford it. 3 traps did not die in all of this engagement, so Dragon Pavilion, even though it went up, it's gonna be getting trapped down yet again. First TC from Beastie is gonna be going down, or the main TC from Beastie should be going down over here. 13 villagers are gonna be garrisoned against all of these Moab tribesmen, which, remember, they don't have any ranged armor, so they can't really stay under it. But this is free traps, so the town center should be dying any minute now. At the same time, the 14 Ashigaru can definitely clean all of this up. They cannot dive Dragon Pavilion, thanks to the defenders. Look at them, absolutely disgusting units. They are just spawning defenders that are going to be coming and killing everything that they see. Disgusting landmark, in my opinion, better than White Tower, but that's not for me to judge. Woodline is gonna be running out for the Beastie behind all of this, and he is already transitioning to another one. What I would love to see from Corvinus is something that I think is a big misplay for him. We have a shit ton of wood in a bank, and we have a little bit of gold. Just put one monastery down and take relics. Like, they are all for grabs. Look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every single one of the relics is up for the grabs. This is basically 10 villagers worth of gold income sitting on the map waiting to be taken. And for some reason, while we have all the map control and while we are pushing Beastie and trying to kill him, we are not taking the relics. I understand that saying it is way easier than doing it while you are trying to play for the all-in, while you are trying to manage your economy, while you are trying to not starve out of the food because you have only 2 berry patches left, and while you are trying to raid him, and at the same time do the siege switch, and at the same time do the military switch, because if you are gonna keep spamming men-at-arms, it's not gonna work out against Ashigaru. But he should have been making it. It's just such a huge advantage to have 5 relics compared to not having any. That they should have been already taken. I really don't like to see him forgetting about them. Dragon Pavilion is gonna be dying yet again for the second time. And these are 3 mounted villagers trying to repair it. Remember, if the Dragon Pavilion is up, it cannot be dived. If you are going to be diving Dragon Pavilion with like less than 20 units, they are dying. Like, this landmark is disgusting. They are just gonna die. You need at least like 40-50 units with some siege behind it to take it down relatively quickly, or to trap it down exactly like Beastie is doing. You can dive this landmark. It's basically a red palace in the castle age. In terms of how scary it is. And Beastie killing Dragon Pavilion. Right now he's deciding that he wants to take an engagement. And finally some Nesting Bees are going to be joining out the field, joining out the battlefield. Looks good for Corvinus. Nesting Bees are going to be doing an amazing job against all of this Ashigaru. We have some bad crossbows that are going to be killing all of the infantry from the Corvinus. But still, I really don't like to see mass men-at-arms that much. Because Ashigaru are still going to be killing them relatively quickly. Double Megiddo from the Beastie can do a really quick work on all of these Moai tribesmen. But fortunately they were targeting Nesting Bees in a fight, and we have some mounted villagers over here for repair. I would love to see all of these traps dying. If these traps die, the Dragon Pavilion can be repaired and go up again, and we will have that point from which we can start pushing yet again. Right now it's starting to be a little bit scary because army numbers are just plummeting to the ground. We want to make a machine workshop up in front to heal all of our units, or to heal all of our siege. Remember that Machine Workshop is able to heal siege from the Jin Dynasty. Traps are going to be trying to snipe in bad crossbows and doing a relatively good job at doing so. But right now, both of the town centers from the Beastie are dead. So Corvinus is starting to get ahead in the game. Longer the game goes now, it's better for the Corvinus, because Beastie's villager production completely stopped. In the meantime, Corvinus is sitting at one town center at home, so he is scaling, while Beastie is stuck at this villager count for quite a while. And any type of the raids are going to be detrimental to him, because any villager that's going to die cannot be replenished that quickly. But all the relics are still on the map. What is this? Like, we are doing good job. We are killing all the economical buildings. We are stopping Beastie's boom. We are killing the armies, but we can make one stupid monastery when we have 2,000 wood in the bank and 1,000 gold. One monastery would have been so good over here. Just take the relics. Come on, you could even heal up the units. And right now we are having another problem, and that's called, well, we are running out of the food. Look at this. One yatai from Beastie over here is completely illegal by my perspective, but it is what it is. We are going to be running out of this berry patch. We have one berry patch over here. We have one more small berry patch over here, and that's it. If Beastie is going to push us out away from this front line, then we don't have anything. Another food sources are on the Beastie side of the map. Look at the berry patch, deer pack, that in my opinion should already be had been taken with a bar. With all of our map control that we have, but it's easier said than done. Beastie behind all of this, recognizing that my double TC died. At the same time, Corvinus is scaling up relatively fast. We need to do something. We need to do some type of the raids. We need to come, kill like 5-10 villagers, put him out of all of the food sources that we can. And this beautiful yatai over here is going to be giving us all the intel that Beastie needs for these knights to go ahead and kill some villagers. In the meantime, farm switch for Beastie is completely done. We have 6 brewery, and remember, these guys are going to be giving us a huge amount of gold till the rest of the game. Finally, knights are going to be connecting with all of the villagers. Fortunately, we mined all of the berries, but that's not the main point. Main point is that a significant number of villagers are going to die to all of this. Look at them. They are just falling. Nothing that Corvinus can do can stop this. For now, all of his army is in front, and most of his army is in siege. He mostly is making Nesting Bees and bad crossbows. In behind all of this, he's switching into the crossbows. which is, by my opinion, a very good play. They are gonna be doing very good against all of these samurai. At the same time, they are gonna be doing against Ashigaru. At the same time, they are gonna be doing against mounted samurai. But Beastie is already going to play for some Yari cavalry, and the one mango from earlier is gonna be doing some significant damage. One knight over here is gonna be killing some peasants that are on the trade post, or on the tribunate estate, that they are going to be gathering the food. But remember, these villagers are completely for free, and they are gonna respawn either way. So sure, it is some eco damage for now, but not that big, not as big as it may seem. One Treb maybe will die over here. No, Treb is gonna be escaping with 5 HP behind all of this, and this is huge. Exactly what Beastie needed. Look at this, mounted villagers going down, normal villagers going down. Absolutely catastrophical for Corvinus. Another mounted villager dying. This is exactly what can't happen. Beastie just went from 2 villager kills to 17 villager kills in the last 5 minutes. Absolutely disgusting. We are gonna be taking the fight in between all of these buildings. We are going to be flanking from the side with the cavalry, and Beastie is doing an amazing job. But this is the fight in between all of the buildings. Remember, the clumped up units are the perfect scenario for all of the nesting bees, and they are going to be getting some huge shots. But at the same time, this is just too much. This is just too much army, and behind all of this, Corvinus is even trying to switch into the farms, but it's too late. G to the G is going to be called, and Beastie will be winning this one. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you enjoyed my casting over here, and if you did, there are a few buttons you can press below the stream. And for now, I'm gonna say bye-bye.